Ahoy there, and welcome to Nautical Tales and Nature Trails, recreation in southeastern Connecticut and southern Rhode Island. The show is produced by Bridget Morrissey, my wife. I'm Will Morrissey, I'm your host, and we're glad that you're here today. We wrote the book Nautical Tales and Nature Trails because there's so much to do in the area and not everybody knows about it. Bridget is a realtor that runs up and down the coast from Old Lyme to Charlestown. She zigzags from Mystic to Mashantucket to Uncasville, and she knows all the different places that things are happening. And so she decided she wanted to write a book. She's got this book, and it tells all about a lot of different adventures that are happening, a lot of different events that are happening, a lot of different trails that you can go hiking on, or the vineyards in the area, or where to play golf, or where to keep your boat. But all these things happen at Nautical Tales and Nature Trails. And here we are, we're going into October, and everybody's thinking October means Halloween. But it also means Oktoberfest, and we've got a big event coming up, and we've got a panel here that I'd like to introduce to tell you all about it. First, Kate Carib from Child and Family Agency of Southeastern Connecticut, and we got Rob Valenti from the Valenti Family of Dealerships, and Marie Massaro, also with Child and Family Agency. And we'd like to tell you all about Oktoberfest. Kate, can you fill us in a little bit?
I sure can, Will. Thank you so much for having us. This is a really great opportunity to share a fantastic weekend that is designed to support families throughout Eastern Connecticut. So the first thing that we're having is Friday on October 25th. We have you can say it with me. It's called a Gemütlichkeit, I think. I think that's the best.
I think I'll just listen.
Gemütlichkeit. And this is translated into a feeling more than a word. It means friendliness, warmth, and family and friends. And so that's really what we've done. We've created a really special evening in honor of Child and Family Agency to raise really critical funds for children and families that have medical and mental health needs throughout our region. And so the night, it starts with a bourbon tasting in the Biergarten at Dean's Mill Farm.
Oh, I think a lot of people are going to want to hear about this. We've got a video that kind of goes through it. Why don't we run the video and you can explain while we're doing that.
That sounds great.
There we go. Child and Family Agency. There you are. There's the word.
Yep. I think we should have a contest that says if you can say Gemütlichkeit, you get a special drink. So we have a fantastic committee who's helped us. We're also having something called the Ray of Hope Awards. This is the first annual Ray of Hope Award. We're going to honor Congressman Joe Courtney, longtime volunteer of 50 years, Sally Myers, and one of our clients from CFA who's been with us for a number of years and came back now that she has a child. So we're very excited to do that. Jeff Pan, who is our famous glassblower in Mystic, has created one of the most stunning awards I've ever seen. So we're thrilled to be showing that. As I said, we have a bourbon tasting in the Biergarten. Bill Middleton from the Jealous Monk is putting on, as you can see, most of these things I can't say, but the foods are going to be fantastic. And we're doing it family style, so as guests are sitting around the table in warmth and friendliness, and they'll be sharing 4 different main entrees along with a whole bunch of sides that Bill has created for us, all Bavarian fare. We're going to have a great live and silent auction going on, and then when all that's done, and we're going to close that up really quickly after we raise lots of money for CFA, we're going to finish with a really good party, a dance party with Stonetown Funk, which is a Big Lux entertainment band. We're really thrilled to have them.
I guess we start off in the Biergarten.
We're starting in the Biergarten.
Yeah. Rob, you could tell us a little bit about that.
The Biergarten's a fun and friendly place. We'll have, obviously beer flowing on tap, and probably some German brands and cider and all, and they've got food trucks too, right? So we're gonna have food there as well.
Food trucks the next day.
Next day. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that's right. And bourbon tasting, and this will be a really nice evening. Probably make a little fire down there so it can get some warmth as well generated, and the tank's all set up and ready to go.
Bill is going to be roasting fish over the fire pit.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah, so make sure you have plenty of wood to get that fish roasted properly. I like mine well done.
Absolutely, we'll get that done. Yeah.
Well, you started to tell us a little bit about the awards.
Yes, so the Ray of Hope Awards go along with CFA. You'll notice we have a new brand. We've gone from Child and Family Agency. We're transitioning to CFA, and we have that beautiful little ray that goes around the C. It's significant to us, and I can explain briefly. The ray has 5 colors in it, and each one represents one of the services that we provide for the community: medical care, mental health care, children's services, safety net services, and we have an urgent crisis center. So those are the 5 primary areas that CFA is providing to over 10,000 families in Eastern Connecticut. So the Ray of Hope Awards really honor people who have done extraordinary things for CFA over the years. So you'll hear a little bit about how Joe Courtney has been involved with us in a really meaningful way, getting us not just state funding, but federal funding to run some of the programs that we're running in our schools. We have medical and mental health centers in 20 schools throughout Eastern Connecticut, which people will learn more about on Friday night. We'll also have an award for Sally Myers, who has been a long time volunteer for CFA. She's done extraordinary things. Many people will remember CFA for all of the amazing auxiliary work that's been done over the years, 50 years of auxiliaries. And we are dedicated to keep the tradition of the auxiliaries. Really starting with honoring Sally, and I hope we'll be able to honor more auxiliary members as years go on. And then our client who's getting an award, we're really thrilled to honor her. She was with us as a child, and she has recently had a child of her own and realized CFA was really helpful to me when I was a little girl, and I want to bring my child back because I know I can get support there for my family. So we have a great story to tell about her as well.
Well, you moved from the awards to a silent auction.
We do. We have a fantastic auction. So we are thrilled to offer, we have about 30 items on the silent auction block. What's nice about that is it's all digital. So anybody from anywhere, if you're not able to get a ticket to this event, and we're just getting close to getting sold out, if you can't come, you can still bid in the auction. So it's all done through an app, and you can go in there, you can bid, and Rob will outbid you. He will go in, he will outbid you like across the board. So
certainly try.
It becomes a really fun way to raise money and get some good items. We'll also have a live auction the night of. So a couple of the live auction items, we have a beautiful home in Italy that dear friend Robert Palm has donated. And it's 8 days, 7 nights in Sestri Levant in northwest Italy. Absolutely beautiful. My daughter's been there 3 times. She absolutely loves this home and this village. We also have a trip to Munich. So an opportunity to go stay in Munich, stay in a castle, and have tours of real beer gardens, a beer garden museum.
Well, we got a real beer garden.
We do have one here in Connecticut.
This is a real German beer garden.
Yeah, it's a German beer garden. And we also have tickets to the Final Four this year. So, well, I guess it would be 2025.
2025 in April,
And,
yeah.
Yep, and so that's with an overnight stay, really good tickets. So we all know UConn's going to be in the Final Four.
Absolutely.
So definitely something we think is going to be hot, and we're going to make sure that UConn students get an opportunity to bid on that. So we'll be tagging you on Facebook and Instagram to make sure you have an opportunity.
Well, you mentioned Bill Middleton coming in, and from the Jealous Monk, and you said you couldn't pronounce some of the food that he had listed there, but it is definitely Oktoberfest food.
Yeah, so Bill has really pulled out all the stops for Child and Family Agency. He's, Bill, like Rob, has been involved in the community in extraordinary ways, really going above and beyond. Rob donating the farm and everything to help make this event a success. Bill has come in and is donating everything at cost for this dinner. The meal sounds amazing. It is not brats and beer. It is a real traditional Bavarian dinner. I wanted to mention
All
one
the way
other.
to strudel with Bavarian cream.
Yes, I know. I can't wait. I'm actually excited to try the food. And we'll have some charcuteries and appetizers and those delicious pretzels and dips and all of that. That'll be really fun. I also wanted to mention another auction item. Rob has donated an evening at Dean's Mill Farm for 10 people.
Oh, in the end?
Yeah, at the end. And Mari Kadama is going to cook a gourmet dinner private for those 10 people.
Wow.
And then Rob is going to give everybody a place to lay their head that night at the end. So
nice day,
it'll be really quite a wonderful item. So we're excited to share that. And I'll also say a lot of our items are holiday themed. So we've got gifts, we've got jewelry, we've got, so come and do your shopping with us for a good cause.
Well, after you eat all that food, you can work it off on the dance floor.
Yes, yeah, with Stone Town Funk, which is a big Lux Entertainment band. I will also say we have kind of another fun little tidbit with the band. They are working with Bill Middleton, and I don't know if anybody knows this, but Bill is he's a true aficionado of Oktoberfest. So he goes to Oktoberfest in Germany for the last 24 years.
Oh, wow.
He's coming to our event in full lederhosen, and he will be leading the band. They are actually practicing. He will be leading the band in some German fun
call and response.
Yeah. So not all night, but we'll have about 2 or 3 times where he's going to get up with the band and really get the crowd engaged with some fun German songs.
Well, maybe you don't need the lederhosen, but maybe he'll bring you one of those little green hats with a feather in it, right?
We need to get you a hat, Rob.
No, I can sport a hat. It'd be fine.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But that's just part of what's going on. The next day is the road race, and it's not just a road race, it's a trail and road race.
Yeah.
Rob, you could tell us a little bit about, where the run is going to go.
Yeah, we're gonna set up at the Biergarten in the morning, and it's a 5K, correct? Yeah, 5K run, and you're gonna leave that, and there's a trail that goes right down by the pond, and you go by the pond through the woods, and then it actually goes out to Deer Ridge, Jacob's Way and Deer Ridge, and it'll be around Deer Ridge and Pheasant Run, I believe, and it comes around there, and then it comes back and it finishes at the Biergarten through the trails and right there at the Biergarten.
We have another video that can show that little map too, so why don't we run that one, Michael? So the race is going to be at Dean's Mill, and you mentioned that it gets off of the trail and then goes onto the roads in Stonington?
Right. So it's the first, I don't know how far it is. My son mapped it out, I believe, and a couple of the volunteers helped him. And so it starts in the woods, then it breaks through and comes right out on, like I say, Jacob's Way, around Deer Ridge, through Pheasant Run, and comes back.
This is what I was saying. There's a lot of horses that usually are running there, but this is where where the event is happening. And there's also a disc golf course there too.
We have 19 holes of disc golf there, 2 separate tee pads. We have amateurs and professional actually play the course. Hey, there's the run right now, and I believe there's actually a disc golf tournament that weekend too, Saturday and Sunday. That'll be happening at the same time down below.
Busy day.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a busy day at the farm.
What did I want to mention?
We want to make sure.
Well, this is what happens right after the race.
Yeah,
that's right.
Going to say
for sign up.
Yes, the race starts at 10, and then shortly after that we go into Spielplatz, which is German for playground. So we'll have, as you can see, a bounce house. There's going to be food trucks. The beer garden's going to be open. There's going to be face painting, pumpkin painting, all kinds of fun. And it's a suggested donation of $5 per person, and that would all go to CFA.
I also wanted to make note for those runners that want to sign up. Tomorrow, which is October 18th, is our last day to sign up for the race online, but we can take you day of. So come that morning. The race starts at 10, so show up around 9. We're going to order plenty of extra CFA t-shirts and backpacks. So you can register. It's a little bit more expensive. I think it's $35 per person to run in the race, but please come sign up. The more the merrier. We have about 150 people signed up so far.
Oh, it's going to be a good race.
It's a good race.
Yeah.
And if you don't run, come and walk. We've got a 1.5 mile walk.
Absolutely.
If you don't want to do the 5K run, you can, I'll be walking. So
We should probably remember, we also have $100 gift cards to CVS for the top male and female winners in the
Oh,
road
nice
race.
prize.
that's
Yeah.
right.
I was
Yeah,
wondering if we
CVS
had, we had
donated
winners and
those.
prizes, so we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And then we're going to have, we are still thinking this through, but I think we're going to have a costume prize, like a $25 gift card for the best costume.
Is that a
Thematic.
Halloween costume or an Oktoberfest
Well,
costume?
Oktoberfest. You need to
Hopefully
wear your
Oktoberfest,
lederhosen.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't have any.
Well,
Although I am a quarter German, but I don't have any.
we can share a link with you. Bill Middleton shared a link to get your best Oktoberfest dress, to be the best dressed person at the party. So we'll share that out with everyone as well.
Do we have music there too that day? We have music.
We do.
Yes.
So Big Lux Entertainment is coming back on Saturday.
gonna be Saturday,
We're going to
too.
have live music in the Biergarten.
Real
So they've been wonderful to us as well. I can't say enough about this whole community coming out to support CFA. They have, it's not a full donation, but let me tell you something. They've given us a really good deal on the band, and
Yes, they
they're going to
have.
be there for 2 days.
And then the food, that's when the food trucks come in.
And then the food trucks
food
come
truck.
in for Spielplatz. So we have, Bill Middleton's going to do a taco truck, but he is including bratwurst and pretzels
Pretzels.
on that. So we have some traditional Oktoberfest fare. We've got a cupcake truck. We've got a pizza truck. Woodfellas is coming out.
Woodfellas, yep.
And we have a barbecue truck as well. So definitely come for the food.
Yeah.
And the beer garden.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the beer garden will be open.
And
The
all
beer
the
will be
fun.
flowing, cider,
Yeah.
have it all.
And we've got a lot of
Professional kite
Stonington High School
flyers.
students coming in to do like service hours, so they're going to be helping a lot. So we really appreciate that too.
Right, yeah, Stonington High, great volunteers, all the kids coming out. It's truly been a community event preparing this, and I think it's something to not be missed. It's the first annual, so we're gonna bring this back to you every
Many
year.
more, hopefully, yeah.
That
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, it's great to see something like this. We're talking about all the different things that happen in the area, and whether it's nautical with boats or nature trails and all that. But there's a reason we're having these races and having Oktoberfest and all. And we've got a little video to tell you a little bit about CFA and what it does for the area.
I believe strongly that our kids are our most valuable asset, but they're also our most vulnerable in society.
I honestly was dealing with DCF and possibly on the verge of my daughter having to live with someone else because of my mental issues.
We're seeing huge increases in anxiety among our children, a lot of school avoidance. We're seeing challenges with youth substance abuse as well as adult substance abuse, thoughts of suicide or in self-harm.
It's not just a crisis, it's an epidemic in its own right. The infectious disease epidemic has now been replaced by a mental health epidemic, if you will.
There's a desperate need right now for mental health counseling, and especially mental health counseling for children. We still have more demand than we have supply. And so I honestly can't imagine what it would look like for certain children and certain families if we didn't have CFA doing the work that they do.
Basically what happened was my ex-husband had an episode and we were kind of in an emergency situation, and I was really at a loss and in dire straits as far as what to do. So I called a friend of mine that actually I didn't know, but she works here. And I just said, do you have any resources? Like, what do I do? And she said, yeah, actually this amazing place, CFA, just opened up. I was even kind of skeptical. I was like, this is really just gonna be like everything else. It's gonna be frustrating. I'm gonna be dealing with people who are kind of put out or overworked, and then I'm gonna find out that they don't take my insurance or that there's a long waiting list. And none of that was true.
CFA offers 5 main categories of services. We offer outpatient behavioral health services, we have school-based health centers, we have in-home services, we offer medical services, and we have early care and education services.
I've often heard said, and I've often said myself, our school-based health centers and the medical care we provide are safety nets. Safety nets so these kids don't fall through the cracks. I like to also look upon them as launching pads. So you take care of their health, get them educated, you launch them for the future, the sky's the limit.
The other half of it is just holding space for the kids, regardless of their age, to be able to start advocating for their own health, whether it's medical or mental health. We have clinicians in the schools as well for therapy, and just speak it louder to the parent. I think that's one of the biggest impacts.
Child and Family Agency serves over 10,000 people in our region every year. So at this point, we have over 250 people who are delivering critically needed safety net services throughout Windham, New London, and Middlesex counties.
CFA is the answer to a lot of our crises in the community. It's a place where people can go and be comfortable and work out their problems before they become bigger issues, and then it costs us more to deal with those bigger issues versus going to CFA and getting the help needed.
In 2024, Child and Family Agency has a budget of $22 million annually, which is a significant increase over the past 5 years. The growth in our budget is a reflection of increased community need and the recognition of our funding sources, that the need just steadily grows. Even with that, though, most of our programs are significantly underfunded, and every year we look at our programs and try to figure out how we can care for more people, deliver more services, get out into the community in more ways, and do it with really inadequate funding in most of our programs.
They have provided so much for families in Eastern Connecticut, and they really help reduce the cost of medical care here in the state of Connecticut. I can give you an example. If a child has an asthma attack in school and is able to go to a CFA facility within the school, that is probably a $100 visit. If that same child had an asthma attack in school and CFA was not there, it's an $1,800 emergency room visit.
The people who work here are connected because they're passionately committed to what they do. They're able to find laughter sometimes in pretty dark places. I think that's how they sort of light a candle for themselves and for each other, and it creates incredibly strong camaraderie.
I got matched with my clinician who actually, she cares. She's helped me push through a lot. She's helped me to be able to cope. She's helped me to be able to start healing in ways that I never thought I could or would.
As far as the care that my kids are getting, it has been a huge burden lifted off of us because now they have people to talk to and place to go when issues arise. They are thriving because of this, and they're gonna continue to thrive because of this. Ooh, I might start crying.
Mahatma Gandhi, he said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Many of my goals as a physician are satisfied by working for an agency that goes out of its way to take care of people in the community who need medical care which they might otherwise not access.
Wow, your agency is very busy in the area.
Yes, we are. Well,
Can you tell us about a couple of the offices you have nearby?
yeah, so we cover kind of the whole Eastern Shore in terms of our buildings where people can be seen. We have a building in Pawcatuck. We have 3 in New London, 1 in Groton, and we're also in Westbrook. And these are outpatient clinics where people can come in. We have 2 medical centers where anybody can come in and get medical care, quick and easy and very, very trusted. And we're in 20 schools, as I said, where students can receive their medical care at school, get their vaccinations. If they're sick, they can get an antibiotic, as well as get their mental health counseling right in school. So we're thrilled to be able to provide that, and it takes events like this that help make these programs continue to flourish in our area.
Well, events like this just don't happen by themselves.
They sure
Marie,
don't.
you can tell us a little bit about
That's
who's
right.
helped out here.
That's right. Well, I mean, we have to start with Valenti because they've really been incredible. I mean, they are a presenting sponsor and they've been doing so much in addition to just helping with Dean's Mill Farm and also some wonderful auction prizes and so forth. So we really appreciate that. Jealous Monk, we've already talked about how wonderful Bill Middleton and everybody at Cannonball has been. WT Rental has been amazing. They're actually donating the tent and all of our tables and chairs and helping us out with that. Yale New Haven Health, L&M Hospital, is our sponsor for the 5K. We have Judy Caracaza is sponsoring the wristbands that you're going to see at the Spielplatz Family Day. We've got Bouvier Insurance, Dime Bank. I know I'm forgetting some people, but we've had a lot of other smaller donors as well. Who are donating water and things like that to the 5K. So, and a lot of volunteers.
Well, we
Awful
noticed
lot of
Pfizer on that video. But,
Pfizer is, yes,
you know,
Pfizer.
Rob is part of the Valenti family of dealerships, and 50 years last year, right?
Yeah, 50 years in the Mystic area.
We run into each other at the Chamber of Commerce events and everything, and the Valentis are always right there for people. And, I have to thank you. Good job, Rob.
Thanks. We're working on 4th generation. My son's 4th generation now, so.
Nice.
And nieces and nephews as well.
Well, you know what? There's another race, and we're going to run a quick video on that.
Ellison Tarzan Brown was an amazing runner who became famous overnight. On April 21st, 1936, when he was just 22 years old, he won the Boston Marathon, one of the most important races in the world. This was a big deal because not many people knew who he was before the race. About Brown's early life and nickname, Ellison was born in 1913 and was part of the Narragansett tribe, a Native American group. He got the nickname Tarzan because he loved climbing and swinging in trees, just like the character Tarzan in books and movies. His tribe also called him Deerfoot because he was so fast. Becoming a runner. When Ellison was 16, he started training for marathons with a coach named Tippy Salameno. He ran his first Boston Marathon in 1933 when he was 20 years old. In 1935, he ran the marathon again, but this time it was really special. His mom had just died, and one of her last wishes was for him to run the race. He wore clothes made from one of her dresses and even ran the last part of the race barefoot because his shoes hurt. Brown's famous victories. Ellison won the Boston Marathon twice, in 1936 and 1939. His 1936 win was really exciting. During the race, another runner named Johnny Kelly caught up to Ellison and patted him on the back. This made Ellison run even faster, and he ended up winning the race. The place where this happened is now called Heartbreak Hill, because Ellison broke Johnny's heart by beating him there. Breaking records. Ellison was the first person ever to run the Boston Marathon in less than 2 hours and 30 minutes. This was a big deal in the running world. He was so good that he made it onto the United States Olympic team for the 1936 Olympics in Berlin. Later life and legacy. Even though Ellison died in a tragic accident in 1975, people still remember him as one of the greatest runners in history. He showed that with hard work and determination, anyone can achieve great things, no matter where they come from. Tarzan Brown Mystic River. Run Ellison is remembered annually in Mystic, Connecticut. The 2024 Tarzan Brown Mystic River Run is sponsored by Kelly's Pace and benefits the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce.
Well, that'll be another good race coming up. And boy, this half hour just raced right by. Marie, Rob, Kate, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us, Will.
Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channels at Mystic 2 Westerly and at SEC TV 1. Please join our group on Facebook and like my Facebook page. Let me explain Mystic to Westerly to you. Mystic is actually part Groton and part Stonington. Stonington Borough and Pawcatuck are also part of Stonington. 2 towns, 2 states make one community. Watch Hill and Misquamicut Beach are part of Westerly. Connecticut Route 2 starts in Pawcatuck, goes through North Stonington, into Ledyard, and Preston, to Norwich. It goes across the river into Uncasville. And more of New London County on its way to Hartford. New London County is also home to Waterford, East Lyme, Niantic, and Old Lyme. Basically, we enjoy living in southeastern Connecticut and southern Rhode Island. Thank you for watching Nautical Tales and Nature Trails. We hope you enjoyed it.